Japan was incredible. It was probably one of the most memorable times of my life and one of the best times of my life. 本当に日本にすごいですよ。めっちゃ楽しかった。子供の時に日本にいたことがありたい。Before I left for Japan, I knew how life-changing it would be for me because of how much it was a dream for me growing up, but I could not have predicted how impactful it would have been for me. Before I go deeper in this video, I just want to mention that I will be returning to Japan eventually, next year at some point, and I'll be living there for at least a little while, so don't worry too much. And there's my cat Tora. I lived in Osaka for 6 months and visited many cities, but I'm not here to tell that story about Osaka and other cities. I'm just here to talk about my experience, Japanese culture, and just how life-changing it was for me. 日本に行く前に2年ぐらい日本語を勉強しました。私の日本語大丈夫と思いました。でもさ、実際は私の日本語ちょっと弱いと感じました。But my experience was not worsened because my Japanese was not as strong as I thought it would be. In fact, it made things more interesting. I would play these games with Japanese people where I would know some things in Japanese, they would know some things in English, and we would build like this puzzle of a conversation that would slowly form into something because both of us were communicating in the languages and the words we knew, and it was kind of beautiful in that way. And I never really had many bad experiences with Japanese people. いつも日本人は優しくて面白いと思います。時々静かけど、でも大丈夫。私も時々静かね。I was really fascinated by how Japanese people socialized. Everyone is very formal and kind, always doing their best for the people around them. And it was very endearing to be around, and it would usually lift my spirits up if I was feeling down that day or having a hard time. Not to say I never had trouble or I didn't have bad days, but the people around me were always so polite and caring towards me. And I really love the architecture and the beautiful cities in Japan. They're very clean, they're beautiful. The architecture in Kyoto, for example, is just amazing. I mean, I always wanted to go to Kyoto. I want to go again. There's just so many beautiful things in Japan you need to see for yourself rather than looking at it from a camera or a picture. Like, you really need to see it firsthand. And I wish I got to see more, but I was only there for 6 months. But even despite that, I'm very grateful to have been there that long. I love talking to Japanese people and experiencing the culture. 世界の中で日本の食べ物一番ですよ。全体に一番美味しい。日本の街いつも綺麗くて楽しいです。And also the public trains, the buses, the subways, they were all very punctual, affordable, and in itself was kind of a test for me when I first arrived because of how hard it was to get around because you don't know anything. You're just like a foreigner, and I had to live there for a while, and I slowly learned how the trains worked, and everything just became simpler. And eventually I was able to travel around Osaka without using Google Maps. Not to say that I didn't use it, but there were certain days when I was going a specific place that I already knew how to get there, so I didn't have to worry about how to get there because I already knew. Before I got to Japan, I knew I needed to change a lot personally. I was going through a lot as a person. I wasn't a bad person by any means, but I wasn't in balance with myself. I wasn't who I wanted to be. And I knew I needed to change if I wanted to see change in this world as well. And I didn't know what I would find in Japan. I just knew I needed to go. And I didn't bring back a lot of souvenirs, only a couple things, but what I did bring back was my experience and the version of me who I wanted to become. And as I was in Japan, I had encountered some of my old thinking patterns and was kind of trying to revert back to my old self. I was in this place where I wish I had this, I wish I was doing this, or I was here, I was with this person, with that thing. I wish something was better, but my dream was finally realized. I was in Japan. Do I still have the right to complain about the things around me, the little things? Or should I live in the present moment and enjoy my life to the fullest that I can? And I believe the answer is obvious. You have to be able to appreciate where you are to appreciate where you're going, because you will always be going somewhere. You're not going anywhere. You are where you are right now, and there is nothing else. No place you'd rather be except where you are right now, in this moment, because that's all that matters. That's all we can control, right here, right now. So that version of me I found in Japan, that Zach who is kind, patient, forgiving, and always willing to help others. I'm not worried about what others think of me. I'm doing my best every day, living for myself and others. But really, all that is just words. The only thing that matters from here on are my actions. The person I want to become won't be decided by the things I say in this video, or the things I try to tell others. It's who I choose to be every day moving forward, and my actions from this day forward. 夢を終え、ありがとうございました、日本。ほんまに私が楽しかった。もう一度日本に行かなければいけませんよ。
It's time! Get your shot. Oh, shit, right. This first. Let's see.